You're gonna hear it. Yes. Maybe we should give it a go. 1 minute. Okay. Timer, Karian. Hello, everybody. I'm very happy to welcome you all to our final and last info session for the iGorts 2021 program. Very happy to introduce our fellows of iGorts, Arash Chiloyan from the US, Harud Manukyan from Canada, and Nare Haroyan from China. Welcome, everybody. They'll be participating with us today to share a little bit about their experiences as iGorts fellows and talk to us a little bit more about their work and their general experience in Armenia. I have Karin next to me, who's going to give us an overview of the iGorts 2021 program, how you can apply and how the process is going to be during the year. Right before we start, we're gonna start with a short video depicting a little bit our iGorts 2020 program. After which Karin will be presenting the 2021 program.
So hello, everyone. I'm Karin from the Office of the High Commissioner for Diaspora Affairs. We are very, very excited to announce the launch of iGorts 2021 for its second year of implementation. If you haven't already heard about our program, iGorts is a unique program that gives Armenian professionals from the diaspora the opportunity to come and serve in the public sector of Armenia. The main objective of the programs is to encourage professional repatriation and to bring the expertise and knowledge of the diaspora in service of the Republic of Armenia, in order to help the state institutions to further develop in many, many different sectors. Our call has been launched on the 2nd of March, and our deadline for applications is until the 15th of April 2021. That means you still have 2 weeks to apply. Following the selection process, final results will be sent to selected candidates in July and early August in order to allow our participants enough time to move to Armenia and to start their program in September. So who can actually apply to iGorts? The eligibility criteria for this year's participants is as follows. We request a bachelor's degree with at least 5 years of relevant work experience, or a master's degree and higher with at least 3 years of relevant work experience. The candidate should have studied or worked in the diaspora for at least 5 years. And although this is not a mandatory requirement, basic fluency in spoken Armenian is highly desirable, as it will aid the communication with your peers and in your place of work. However, we understand that many qualified Armenian diasporans may not be fluent in the Armenian language, and therefore we still ask you to please apply. And we will try our best to place you at a work placement and institution where the lack of knowledge of the language will not be an impediment to your work. What do we offer in return? In return, the government of Armenia will be providing each participant with a round-trip air ticket, a monthly stipend of 336,000 AMD to cover your living expenses here for a duration of 12 months, an emergency medical insurance, and fees for a temporary 1-year residency permit. The list of fields of studies is published on our website. We are looking for candidates from diverse fields of expertise. However, please note that it is not an exhaustive list, and candidates from various fields of studies, even if they are not published on the website, and from different sectors, are always encouraged to apply. The fields range from political science, public administration, international relations, sociology, cultural studies, psychology, education, legal studies, computer science, disaster risk management, agriculture, tourism, urban planning, high tech, architecture, and so on and so forth. For the application process, please note that you have the option to fill it in 3 languages. You can fill it in either Armenian, English, or Russian. Prior to filling in your application form, we recommend that you have the following documents ready. First, you should have a short motivation letter of up to 1,000 characters that includes your main reasons for application and what your expectations from the program are. Second, this year we require 2 reference letters. Now, these reference letters can be of academic or professional nature, and or if you are an active community member in the diaspora, then it can be from a community leader or an organization. The reference letters can, again, be in 3 languages, either English, Armenian, or Russian, and should be a reference to your experience, your qualities, and your character. Third, have your resume at hand as well, because you will be required to upload it on the application as well. The selection process is as follows. The first stage is the initial shortlisting process, which will begin after April 15th, after which shortlisted candidates will be invited for interviews with respective ministries and departments that are in need of their expertise. Candidates might be able to have interviews in 1 or more state institutions. Please note that you have the opportunity to indicate which preferred state institutions you would want to be placed at on your application form. Following the interview process, candidates will receive their final response around July, August, and a complete information pack in order to help them move to Armenia and start working in September. Work placements. Many different and varied public institutions are on our list. Again, this list is on our website and you can go through them, but it starts from the Office of the President of Armenia, down to the different committees such as the State Review Committee, Food Safety, Anti-Corruption, and so on and so forth. Once accepted to work, the participant should be committed for a full 1 year of full-time work. They will have the opportunity to participate in forums and meetings with public officials, private sector representatives, and repatriates in Armenia. The participants will also be partaking in excursions to visit historical and cultural sites in the regions of Armenia. Overall, the program gives you an incredible opportunity for all the compatriots of the diaspora to serve in the public sector of Armenia. We encourage everybody to apply, and we are now open for questions from anybody that is watching us. Thank you.
Thank you, Karin. We're going to start with our first question, which is related to the Armenian language. We have participants that are able to read and write Armenian, but are not fluent speaking it. So the question is the following: would they still be eligible to apply? And then I will maybe go over our participants to talk about their own language challenges, if there are any.
Thank you, Akasia. As previously said, yes, all the aspirants are eligible to apply, whether or not they know Armenian. It's something that we would like to see. It's not required that people at least have basic fluency in Armenian, just in order for them to be able to really understand what's going on around them. However, what better place to learn Armenian than in Armenia?
Thank you, Karin. I know you guys are all fluent in Armenian, but perhaps you've had some technical challenges, maybe related to different dialects. Aras, maybe let's start with you. I know you work in the medical field, so perhaps there are a lot of technical words that are difficult to understand. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Definitely. Thank you very much. I'm Aras Chiloyan, and I do work at the Ministry of Health. I did, I guess, deal with a little bit of difficulties initially with a lot of the terms that are used at first, but slowly I'm learning. There's a lot of words that are in Russian, for example, and because of that, I've actually decided to pick up on Russian. So I've started slowly learning on my own, and hopefully in the future I'll be able to take some additional courses to brush up and get better. But at no point did I feel that it was a barrier. I felt very comfortable asking, I don't know what this means. Can you either explain or provide it in Armenian and English? I am from the US, as you mentioned. I do speak Western Armenian, not Eastern. So at the beginning, that was a bit of a barrier. But, I think it was very mutual understanding that they're going to learn from me. I'm going to learn from them. So I think they were very open to me speaking in Western and then me trying to speak in Eastern. And they were very patient. And at no point did I have any problems with communication in the ministry.
Fantastic. Thank you, Aras, for sharing. Harut, any thoughts on that? Maybe the legal technicalities, so the legal jargon. Yeah, we can hear you, Harut.
Hey guys, I think I lost you there for a second. Can you repeat the question?
Okay, you're back. You're back. I was asking about any language barriers or anything perhaps related to the technical words or anything that was more related to the specific work that you are doing.
Can you guys see me? My connection keeps dropping in and out. Sorry about that. So in terms of language barriers, I would say that those were minimal for me. So Toronto, I went to an Armenian school until grade 6. I learned Armenian there, but my first trip to Armenia was in 2004, and I took Eastern Armenian lessons during that summer. So I would say language competency is reasonably good. Obviously, there are words that you come across that I haven't heard before, and I ask them, and they explain it. Actually, 5 years ago, I started learning Russian as well, just to pick up on these like little words that people throw in there, just the same way that I use English words when I speak Armenian with my family in Canada. So in terms of language, so I'm working justice and I read a lot of laws. So I read a lot of legal language. I guess you do need to kind of understand the legal terminology that's used, and sometimes they reference things that because of previous cases, like it actually means something different from what you would immediately think it means. But no, I wouldn't say, just like Aras said, people are patient. If there's some kind of that's fine. When I submit my research reports, I chose to write them in English, and my team can understand English, and they're okay with that. And no, I highly encourage everyone of any language background to apply. We need you.
Fantastic, thank you, Harut. The next question is a more general one related to adapting to the life in Armenia, and if there are any specific challenges in regards to that. I think it would be best to hear from our participants about this. In general, what I would like to note is that the Office of the High Commissioner for Diaspora Affairs helps out repatriates on a daily basis for different challenges that they have been encountering in Armenia, or the ones who are willing to repatriate and have not yet moved to Armenia. So for any challenges related to that, please feel free to contact our office. And we've been definitely doing the same and assisting and helping as much as possible our fellows who have joined us from abroad. I'm going to start with Nare this time. Any specific challenges coming back from China? How does it feel? What are the challenges that you've encountered? And, how have you been able to face them?
Thank you, dear Akasia, for the question. I have lived in China for more than 10 years. Can you hear me? Yeah. So I think there is one thing I would like to mention. The only challenge while moving from China back to Armenia is the discipline. So basically in China, we learn all this discipline and the quick lifestyle. I just feel like in China, life and work and education, I don't know how to explain, but it's very fast, it's very disciplined, and compared to Armenia. And this was my challenge when I first came back. But in general, I was born and raised in Armenia, so I don't face any other problems than that.
Fantastic. Thank you, Narejan. Harut, any repatriation challenges?
Definitely, there will be different challenges that you come across. I think that like getting the real estate market is unregulated, so trying to find a place and like sign a lease and that stuff, that will be an adventure. Fortunately, you'll have a great support holding your hand through that process. So definitely apply and take advantage of that. In terms of, I've been to Armenia in the last 15, so I would say I wasn't being exposed to things for the first time. Whatever challenges I was dealing with, I already dealt with times before. Definitely there will be some culture shock things, and so long as you come in with an open mind and you're willing to understand what those cultural differences are, and everyone will learn from each other. It's to bring in your own sort of, like Nada said, like a faster pace of workflow and using things like that. And it's also nice to learn from the culture here. Like I've been of really valuing recall and setting boundaries on not canceling fun trips when something comes up at the last minute. So you'll be fine. Don't worry. You'll adapt.
Thank you for the heads up, Harut. Aras, what about you? Perhaps maybe if you visited Armenia before, maybe, concerning the work environment or general cultural environment in Armenia. What is your experience in regards to that?
So kind of going off of what Nada and Harut said, I've been here multiple times, kind of similar to Harut. The last 15 years, I think I've been to Armenia 10 times. And one time was through birthright. So I was here for almost 5 to 6 months. And so I feel like that experience really, opened my eyes, and I was able to experience a lot of things that maybe someone would experience during their first move to Hayastan. So that was, I think, really beneficial to have. In terms of work, obviously it's very different. Things move at a slower pace here. It's not as fast paced as you would find in the US, and as like Nada said, in China. So that was definitely, something to get used to. but also not to let it affect you and kind of continue your work ethic, because I mean, the main goal of this program is for us to come in, help facilitate change and work with the people in the government, but for them to also kind of, see how we work and maybe be able to replicate that in the future and use some of the tools that we have, for future work.
Thank you, Aras. I will now proceed with the following questions. How is the work in general as part of the iGorts program? What are the specific hours of work? Are there any vacations that the participants could take? What can you tell us about that, Kyle?
Well, our iGorts participants are required to come to Armenia, stay here for a duration of 12 months, and work a full-time job, which means in Armenia, most likely that your hours will be 9 to 6 with an hour's break. You get all the public holidays, as well as 20 days of vacation. How about the workload? Maybe our iGorts participants can tell us a bit about the workload they have, tell us a bit about which institutions they're working at.
All right. I'll pass on the words maybe to Nare. What is the kind of work you expected to do? And what did you end up working on, and how was that experience for you?
Dear Acacia, I would like to start with the beginning. When I started in September with my colleague Margarita, we were supposed to work on creating the repatriation integration center. However, when the war started, we had to switch and adjust our workload according to the war. And after it was like a post-war period, and again, our workload changed. So right now, one thing I would like to mention to our next iGorts 2021 participants is like they better be initiators. Like they have to create work for themselves. They have to be the one who create work for themselves in their ministries. Currently, I am working with several projects related to doctors, related to prosthetic specialists, and to psychology. So what we do mostly, we connect doctors to Ministry of Health. Also, we connect the prosthetic specialists to social welfare, and also we do mental health webinars for local mental health specialists.
Thank you, Nare. Aras, would you like to share your work experience with us?
Thank you. Yeah, definitely. So like I mentioned before, I work in the Ministry of Health, and I arrived to Armenia a little bit later than I believe most participants. I actually got here a week before the war ended. And so it was a little bit of, confusion all over the place when I initially started working. And it took about 2 months for me to really find my place in the ministry and, start being able to contribute to meaningful work. Currently, I am helping lead a team for risk communication regarding the COVID-19 vaccine that Armenia has just received and vaccines that we will continue to receive. And then I also am one of the main individuals in talks with the COVAX facility from the Ministry of Health with acquiring vaccines for Armenia. And so if you were to ask me if I were to be able to do any of this if I was in America, I would most probably say no. So it's quite a rewarding experience. It's extremely, it could be stressful at times, but it's very rewarding. And I kind of just want to touch base on workload. Like I said in the beginning, it was quite little, but over time, it's gotten significantly. The workload has increased significantly, and so there has been times where I've worked, till 7, 8 p.m. or weekends. But I found a good balance where I've been able to do a combination of working from home, working from office, and that's really been helpful in maintaining my hours. So
Thank you, Aras. That's a very good feedback for our viewers, I'm assuming. Harun, anything in regards to your work experience? What would you like to share with our viewers?
I kind of applied with a very specific project in mind, and I'm really thankful that we've been able to place me in the middle of the electoral reform work. That first started, I guess, in the summer of 2018, and I was in Armenia that summer, kind of following the first round of it. Armenia is changing its election law. And so in 2018, they had a bill forward under the previous parliament, and it didn't pass. And then there was an election in December of 2018 where new members of parliament were elected. The following year, that work sort of restarted. So I've been working with the party working group electoral reform, including of society. And like Ara said, if I was in Canada, getting a seat at the table of deciding the future of how they're going to run in Canada, which I would love to one day. But I think this opportunity, being able to get experience, is a very rare thing that, again, everyone to take advantage of. You have if you're on this call, that means you're thinking about it already, and we're trying to you to hit that sin. And it's been really rewarding. It's nice to, in terms of workload, obviously war interrupts the flow of things. And specifically an area of constitutional, there was a constitutional reform commission that was set up that the Ministry of Justice was coordinating, and sort of their activity, unfortunately, has been sidetracked with an increase in work cases and things like that taking precedence at this time. But the election law draft was submitted a couple weeks ago, and I'm sure probably you'll be aware that it has been called. Nakas, yes, I saw this question. Should I dive into it?
Okay. Hi, Harv. No, we were actually, we don't want to go in much details. I'm just going to note that we have all of the biographies and the profiles of our participants on our website. This is very important for our fellow compatriots who are living in the diaspora communities to contact and talk to our fellows about specific work, about their responsibilities. If they have specific questions as well, they could address it to them. So there's specific questions related to your article that you have written, that you have published in the Yerevan report. And I think it will be important that we link you with this person, and then you can give your opinion and your answer in regards to that. I'm going to have to proceed a little bit with some technical questions related to our application form. And then, of course, we'll give the floor again for our participants to voice their opinions and feedback. So basically, another question is related to the reference letters. There are people who have submitted only academic reference letters. So they're asking, Karinjan, is that problematic or not? And maybe you can give us a little bit of more information about the different reference letters that potential participants can submit, because this has been changed from our criteria and let's say modality of application from the iGorts 2020 program.
Thank you, Akasim. Since we've been receiving many applications, we added the reference letters this year in order for us to have a better idea of who the applicants are during the shortlisting process. The references, as I said before, can be of academic, professional, or social, communal nature. They don't have an expiry date. However, the newer they are, the better. And we expect to understand a bit more about the character, the experience, and the qualities of our applicants through those reference letters. A question that we receive a lot is whether if a person is a freelance or owns a business, who the referees can be. They can be your clients, people that you've worked with and know how professional you are, and so on and so forth. If you're an active member in your communities, it can be a clergy member, it can be the head of an community organization in the diaspora, anyone that is close to you and can let us know a bit about who you are.
The objective is to really submit reference letters that would support your application. Saying that if you want to highlight your job experience, make sure that you can get one from your current employer or former employers, or if you think that that of academic nature would be relevant to your work in Armenia or in a particular ministry, make sure that you also provide an academic reference letter. Another technical question is about the years of experience. Are the 3 years of experience mandatory, Karinjan? What could you tell us about that?
This year, we understand that it is not enough to have an academic degree, but we also need experience in order to be able to integrate that experience and be able to bring in new practices within the systems and institutions. However, again, if you feel that you are able and capable of doing that, please do not refrain from applying, even if you do not have the amount of experience that we require.
Another question is related to any assistance that we are providing to families or, let's say, those individuals or those experts who are relocating with their family members and their children. And we do have participants who have already moved with their families and their children. As I already noted, the office does assist. In terms of any kind of challenges or needs that the families would have, but specifically there's no financial assistance as part of the iGorts program, so I want to make that clear. But if there are anything in terms of education, health services, etc., that the families need, that the family members need, they are welcome to basically direct their questions to our office. Aras, you're the only one among the 3 of you who has moved with her husband. How was that experience for you? Maybe challenges specific to that, or even, the experience that you've had so far with your husband in Armenia.
So just to kind of go off of what I had said earlier, I've been to Hayastan many times. I've probably, like I said, been to Hayastan about 10 times in the last 15 years, and my husband probably double that. So with that being said, we had a pretty good foundation when we arrived. We had thought about moving here for some time, and so I think that made the process a little bit easier. We had purchased an apartment a year prior, and so I think it worked out very well. And we have a very big support system here. We have family, friends, and so the transition was quite easy. But from the beginning, iGorts, was there to, fill in the spots if needed. They said if there's anything that you're unable to find or do here or need help with, please let us know. And that support has always been there. And to that, we've been very grateful. But overall, I want to say that there are, times where it's frustrating, especially when it comes to paperwork. But again, iGorts has been there to walk, especially me, through the process with the 1-year residency. But it's been pretty smooth. So again, if there's iGorts participants that are planning to actually move here in the future, definitely feel free to reach out to me and my husband, and I'm sure we could be a voice to assist you with anything that it is that you need.
Thank you, Aras. That's a very sweet offer from you both. Since we have no more questions, I want to note that the info sessions, as the previous ones we've had, they're all on our website, on our social media platforms. So please feel free to go over them, see if there are any specific questions that have been answered. And in case not, feel free to reach out to us. Just to wrap up, I'm gonna give the floor to our participants, just to give us some few words on why you think it's important for other viewers or potential candidates to apply. You know, what motivated you to apply, and you know, what could be an important motivation or incentive for other experts in the diaspora to come and serve in the public sector. Nare, I'm going to start with you. Any few words of encouragement on your end?
Sure, dear Akasia. I would go with several points with this question. Firstly, why did I apply for the project? Because I felt like my country needs me and I need my country. I have learned a lot. I got a lot of experience abroad, and I felt like this is time for me to get back and to be useful for my homeland. And I am very happy I made the move. I am very happy I decided and I came back. Secondly, I really want to encourage all our diaspora specialists to physically move to Armenia. Honestly, right now we need you here more than probably ever. We need specialists in each field. We need them to stand with our local people. We need them to help each other to rebuild our country. And thirdly, I want to let you know that the project is very competitive. We work with great people. I'm very thankful for this experience. I met people from everywhere in the world with iGorts project, and every time whoever I know, I get really very surprised and very pleased that we have so many great people, Armenians living abroad with so many skills and experience in their life. Thank you very much. Come to Armenia.
Thank you, Nare, for your encouragement. Harut, any last words on your end?
I definitely echo everything that Nare said, and I think it's important. What do you really in life? Is it important to you that Armenia become a successful country that everybody is moved to? Is it important to you that at the end of your youth about, you know, what were you able to contribute to help other people through what you concentrated your effort in? If it's important to you to contribute to Armenia's development, if it's to you that the time when your needs Armenians to be rowing in the same direction, for you to volunteer with the skills that you do have. And I think summarize, like, in 2018 there are really big changes happening in Armenia, and I was from my bed at 2 in the morning because of the time difference, East Coast. And I was an ocean away, and I felt like I couldn't in it at all. And now when this program, you know, you're the kind of person that can't be an ocean away, a continent away, while things are being decided that are really for the future of your nation, then apply. This is your chance. We made this program specifically for you.
Thank you, Harut. Aras, I know you've shared a lot of your experience today, but perhaps just a few words on your end as why you think people should be motivated to apply to the iGorts 2021 program.
do work that would benefit Armenia. And so iGorts was able to offer that to me. And anyone that's thinking about coming, I highly suggest you really think about it. And like Harut said, what do you value? What do you really want to do? Who do you want to benefit? And then just click submit, apply. The interview process is long. Nada said it's competitive. So I think the first step is to apply, and then things will fall into place. It's a difficult time right now in Hayastan. Everyone knows that. But like Harut said, I would rather be here than watching an ocean away.
Thank you, Aras. Thank you, all three, for your beautiful words and really constructive feedback in regards to the program. What I would like to say before we end this info session is that in case you have more questions, you need technical support, or you need additional questions that have not been asked during the info sessions, please feel free to reach out to us. Write to us on our email, diasporafellowships@gov.am, or reach out to us through phone on +37410 515 514. The application forms could be submitted in 3 different languages, as we have noted. They're all on our website. The information is also found on our website. And we will be very happy to welcome you and to welcome all of our experts from the diaspora to come and serve in the public sector of Armenia. I would like to thank all of you for participating today with us. Karin, thank you for answering the questions and presenting to us the details concerning the program. Aras, Nare, Harut, it's always a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much. Great feedback. Thank you for sharing your experiences with our viewers, and encouraging everybody to apply to the iGorts 2021 program. Thank you again. We will be ready to answer your questions anytime you would like to reach out to us. Thank you, and have a great rest of the day.
Thank you, Acacia, for moderating this live.